Right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom, family. Thank you for taking the time out to join us today. Today will be the first time in a long time that I've actually gave a message. So normally it's me, Doc, or me in the panel, Sister Cassie. But today I want to go back and I'm going to give this message. It's been burning on my heart all day long. So once I'm quite sure as we continue and people see that we're alive, they will start coming in. But today we're going to be talking about the understanding of the Israeli war and Israel and Palestine war and why it matters to Black us. Because we have to be able to see what's going on, understand what's going on, and understand what we need to do. Because everything that you are seeing, that you're witnessing today, when it comes to that, has an effect and will have an effect on you. There's a reason why the United States police departments are being trained by the Israelis. Now, why would the Israelis need to train the U.S. police departments in different cities? Why would they need to do that? Hell, they've been established longer than Israel has been a country. But yet their ways, their mentality is coming in. And as we've all heard about this attack, and this attack is supposed to have been a surprise. It is supposed to have been something that the Israelis didn't know about. And you heard them using language like, this is our 9/11. This is our 9/11. Well, when we think about this language that they're using, and we're understanding what was 9/11, and we understand what happened during that time or after 9/11, then we can clearly see what is in the mind of these fake Jews who sit back and plan war. When we understand that 9/11 first was an inside job, that there were no Arabs from Saudi Arabia or this country or that country, it was an inside job. America, the founding, the governing body, this was an inside job. You had buildings fall, and as we watch in a few clips that we're going to show, you'll see those buildings fall in the similar manner that they fell on 9/11. You have Building 7 that went down in smoke. But Building 7 was never touched by no plane. Building 7 ain't no way in the world a building just gonna out of the blue just fall. It don't work that way. It was controlled demolition that blew the buildings down. America, out of all the other so-called terrorist attacks, America didn't throw money out to the families. When World Trade Center 1, I believe, was hit, and I believe it was 1991 or 92, when they used the truck bomb to try to blow it up, and the blind sheikh of Egypt was the mastermind behind that. Nobody got paid. But why did all the families all of a sudden get some money? Why did all these families get paid, and then quiet? You don't hear nothing, because that was that hush money. That was that hush money. We have to understand and see that 9/11 was an inside job. And just as they said, oh, well, we couldn't conceive that they will fly planes into a building. We couldn't conceive of it. We had a failure of imagination. Then we look at Netanyahu, and he says, we couldn't conceive that they will be on gliders and coming in to Israel. We couldn't conceive that they will be at the border and cutting through. We couldn't conceive these things. Trust me, the gig is up. We can see right through your fakeness. So I want you to remember that they are not real Jews. These fake Jews, these imposters, they're nothing but Zionists. Nothing but Zionists. They don't give a damn about the religion of Judaism. They don't give a damn about the practices. They are Zionists. And in their mind is the genocide of all Palestinians. That's what's in their mind. And I'm going to show you that that same mindset that's in Benjamin Netanyahu and the rest of his gang is the same mindset that white folks in America have against black people, that they want to commit and continue the genocide attack against black people. So we have to be wide aware. We have to be wide open so that we can see and prepare for what is coming. We've heard it said many, many, many times. These crackers, they want a race war. They want a race war. Well, trust and believe. When you want something bad enough and you get your opportunity, you're going to catch the ass whooping that you never thought you'd ever get. Because this is going to be a watershed moment. But let's go. I'm going to rotate to the first video so we can look at this. And as we look at it, we'll break it down so we can come into actual facts with it.
To remind viewers of the pictures that we're seeing, we believe this is off the Gaza coast, that 40-kilometer stretch of coastline. A big ship, a big boat on fire there. It's been struck by an airstrike. We're also seeing other enormous splashes around it as if it is continuously being targeted. We don't quite know what the target is, but we do believe that is off the Gaza coast. And it's unusual for us to be seeing pictures of a strike on a vessel in the water. So we're going to be keeping an eye on that and bringing you more information on exactly what's going on there as soon as we get it. Well, just a little earlier, before these extraordinary pictures, we saw other extraordinary pictures, which was a huge barrage of rockets being fired from Gaza towards southern Israel. We were about to go to our correspondent, Charles Stratford, who's in Kfar Azar in southern Israel. But just as we were about to go, he had to take cover from, we presume, the rockets that were being fired from Gaza. So, Charles, you're back with us now. I'm glad to hear you're safe and sound. Talk us through what happened.
Well, Laura, an indication of just how fragile and tense the situation is here. As you rightly say, we are in Kfar Azar, one of the towns that the Israeli military said today they've taken full control of from Hamas. However, as you say, we were about to come up live for you, and scenes of utter panic here, it has to be said, amongst the Israeli military. Many soldiers running for cover initially. You can hear outgoing artillery there, but it transpires that there was great fear of a possible infiltration back into Kfar Azar. Now, we can't confirm whether that happened or not, but certainly that was what was being said by some of the soldiers here. Them all taking cover. Another soldier said that the incident had happened about 4 kilometers down the road. As I say, it's an indication of just how fragile the security situation is here at the moment. What the military have said, though, earlier today is that although they've taken control of these towns, like Kfar Azar, they are fearful that there could well be Hamas fighters, Palestinian fighters that are at large, that have taken cover and are hiding in the fields and farmlands in this area of southern Israel. So, yeah, the situation remains very kind of fluid here, and there's a lot of rather nervous-looking soldiers. 5 or 10 minutes ago, things have calmed down a little bit. But, yes, Kfar Aza, we were in the town this morning, and scenes of utter devastation, shocking scenes, bodies all over the place, many Hamas fighters, many civilians, both Israeli citizens and, we were told, also foreign workers. Their bodies were still being removed from the houses in which they were living. Just terrible to see, you know, their lives blown out across these manicured lawns, these places that they'd lived in and taken pride in, a very different world to the world, of course, across the border in Gaza. But we were also taken to the fence where there was a wide gap in it, where the Hamas fighters had come through, one of dozens of breaches, so the Israeli military tell us. They showed us a paraglider as well, which they said Hamas had used to cross into Israel. So they hadn't even counted the bodies, as I say. They didn't even know how many people had been killed in Kfar Aza. What we do know is that up the road in another village called Biri, that body count has actually been completed. And according to the military, there were 108 Israelis killed in that village alone. That amounts to 10% of the population of that village. So, yeah, the situation, as I say, remains very fluid, despite these announcements from the Israeli military that they have taken control fully of this area.
And it's worth remembering, isn't it, that despite these fast moving developments that we keep reporting on and keeping up with, that this is an area, this is a country that's still deeply in shock, still reeling from the aftermath of those horrific attacks on Saturday morning by Hamas fighters on large portions of the population. What are people there saying about that?
As you say, people are in a state of complete and utter shock, and many are very angry too. I mean, we weren't able to speak to any civilians in Kfar Aza because there's nobody there. Those that survived have obviously left because their village is in ruins. But we were earlier on today in the town of Sderot, which is around 3 kilometers just northeast of the Gaza border. Another village, another town, sorry, that was infiltrated by Hamas and Palestinian gunmen. Many of the villagers there, many of the people that live there are still there. They don't want to be evacuated. But one man we spoke to, perhaps an indication of the level of hatred that this attack from Hamas and other Palestinian fighters has caused. He was very candid. He said, we're going to kill them all. We're going to take them out. They have to be punished. We're going to block their food, cut their electricity, stop their power, stop their water. We have to do everything we can to get revenge and to stop this ever happening again. And what was unclear, and I pushed him on this, what was unclear was whether it was actually Hamas he was talking about or Palestinians. So, as I say, it's a graphic and terrifying indication of the level of fear and hatred that this has caused.
Okay. Charles, thank you very much for bringing us a very vivid picture of the scene there in southern Gaza, southern Israel. This is Gaza that you can see now, or just off the coast of Gaza. This vessel, this boat, fully on fire. Actually, it's been burning for quite some time now. It appears to have been struck by airstrikes there just off the coast of Gaza. Unusual for us to see vessels in the water being targeted by these airstrikes. We're more used to seeing the city itself, buildings, but a large fire there on this vessel, as Rob Reynolds was saying, that if these boats are becoming targeted, it might affect shipping in the area. That's something we'll have to explore in the coming hours. Let's bring you up to speed with the death toll that we are seeing at this current state. It is at 1,688. That's 900 Israelis, 788 Palestinians. But we do expect that number to be rising. We're expecting updates on that number.
All right. So let's see. So that was that clip. That clip was the first one, and that was talking about the Palestinians and the Arabs and how they do their thing. So you heard them talk about, do you want to kill all of them, or do you want to kill all of Hamas? So remember, understand, you in this Israeli tribe now, Jameer, in the Israeli tribe, in the Palestinian camp, you got two sides. You got your Hamas side, and you have your PLO side. Now, the PLO side, they are more like, yeah, let's be diplomatic, let's talk it out. We can run this thing together. We can be buddies. We can be your friends. Now, the Hamas side says, nah, baby, we can't be your friends. You keep killing us and killing us and killing us. We want to be able to rule ourselves. We want to be self-governing. Damn, this is our own land. Now, mind you, and I want to welcome everybody to the program. I want to welcome Deacons of Reality, peace and blessings, Brother Deek. I want to welcome Twin Pyramid to the program. I want to welcome Mayat to the program. Earth Angel, welcome to the program. Lady Lavender, welcome to the program. Peace and blessings to you all. We got a little technical difficulty that we're trying to get squared away. Hopefully we can get that to happen really quick. So, and what we got to understand is what you see in Palestine that's happening right now, that same type of thing happens right here in America. And it is being planned right here in America for us. Because in our struggle, we have what? We have those that want to get along and go along, that want to say, okay, well, let's work this thing out together. Then we got that other side of us to say, nah, we done had that trick. We done heard that trick. We want to be free and independent. We ready to rule ourselves. That you're not capable of being a partner in real true peace. You're not able or capable of being a partner in true justice. We understand the nature of our enemy. And when you understand the nature of the enemy, you know damn well there's no such thing as sharing this land. Because their whole idea is to kill you. So as you heard the reporter say, well, Netanyahu was saying that they want to kill all of them. And then he said, well, I should have asked them, are you meaning kill all of Hamas or kill all of the Palestinians? I'm telling you that their goal, their aim is to kill every last Palestinian that's on that land that they claim to be their land that they stole. That's not no Israeli land. That's not the Zionist land. Just like America isn't the crackers' land. They stole it. And now you got to understand, because you're right there in the middle of it as America sets up its bounds to move on you. They will never condemn Israel for the murder that they're doing because they got that in their mind for us. They'll never condemn it. We got to understand, when you're looking and understanding this Palestinian-Israeli conflict, it's not something that the world don't know about. It's not something that the world don't know about. The world sees it. The world knows it. The world has participated in it. And now you think the world is going to come to your rescue? I heard a chant the other day watching the news, getting the information together for Friday's program. And it was about Cop City. And they were protesting in Atlanta. And you hear them saying things like, the world is watching. The world is watching. What the hell does that mean? The world is watching. Hell, I remember as a little boy watching on the news in China and Tiananmen Square when the tank rolled over the Chinese man. The world was watching. And the world did nothing. The world did nothing. The world was watching when George Floyd was murdered. The world was watching when Tamir Rice was murdered. The world was watching when they murder us all day long. And the world does nothing. The world has been watching Israeli kill the Palestinians. And the world does nothing. Now, they're even discussing how to drop nuclear bombs on Palestine. How are you going to drop a nuclear bomb on Palestine? Oh, they thinking about it. They getting it together. See, because I'm going to show you even in the map the way it looks. And then when you think about your cities that you're in and how blacks are cordoned off in one major area or maybe two major areas where they can drop bombs. It has already happened in Philly. It has already happened. You got to remember, the enemy sits back and plots. Some may say, why would Israel want to allow this to happen? See, the mind, because Netanyahu knows he's on his way out. But he wants to leave his mark in the sand by making sure Israel stay perpetually safe. And the only way to stay perpetually safe is you got to kill off all your enemies. They sit back and say, now, if Hamas attacks us, we can respond. But if they attack us so decisive and fundamental, that will make people in their minds that sit in these power seats think, oh shit, they done scored a major blow. Then they'll come to our aid. Like old Dirty Biden, he done sent warships to the region to back up Israel against Palestine, against Gaza, that don't have battleships. So with Israel having their top intelligence agents everywhere, because if you remember when Arafat was killed, one of them was a double agent in the PLO that slipped the poison to Arafat and got him killed. And then the successor rose up and they like, let's be buddy-buddy. Let's be friendly-friend. There's always a goddamn agent among us. And you gotta be aware who's among us. Don't you ever think that when you are there, that the enemy has not sent someone among you to spy and catch you. Because they know since even before Hoover, Before Hoover, they knew that someone was going to come among you to raise you up to consciousness and then motivate you to do what needs to be done. They already knew it. Thomas Jefferson, that damnable bastard, he said, God is just, and we know God's justice will not sleep forever. So I weep for my country. What country was he talking about? He wasn't talking about Britain. He's talking about America. He weeps for America because the God of justice will rise up in black people. That's what they're afraid of. That's why they come out there and they make sure that they get their agents and they wrap themselves around you. Because they know damn well that their end is written all up in your DNA. All the evil that they have done to you, all the evil they have done to us and continue to do. That's why Thomas Jefferson wanted us out of the country, because he knew a war between the two races would come about. And he knew that the God of justice would be on our side. He knew this. And he understands prophecy. That it is written. It is written. And God damn it, we will fulfill that. We will fulfill it. We ain't scared of no damn cracker and no goddamn nigger either. You can be a cracker lover all your life, but your day is through. I'm telling you. It is what it is. And we ain't going to play around with it. We ain't going to be no muskmouth with it. It is what it is. We're going to break it down today because you got to understand exactly what is going on. Because they're plotting against your life. They're plotting against your children's lives. As you see them killing children over there, they don't give a damn about a child. Tamir Rice should have taught you that. Ayanna Jones should have taught you that. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about how old you are. They don't give a damn about whether you're sane or insane. What do they see? They see your blackness. And in your blackness, they understand their death. So yeah, they want to change up curriculum. They want to get it so that there's no blame on their children. That our children wouldn't understand what is due us. That's why you can't let them educate your children. Because they'll educate your children into being other than who they originally should be. We got to understand, it's black first or it's nothing. It is nothing. We ain't here to say, let's sing along, let's get along. Look, I want to be your brother. The fuck? No, we don't. No, we don't. We were never meant to integrate with them. Look here, goddammit. We got to understand what it is. They are of their father, Satan. They're the living embodiment of that. And you got to understand that. There's no getting along. There's no loving on them. There's no let's be one together. No, ain't no such thing. That's your natural born enemy. Pure and simple. It is what it is. There's no such thing as living together in peace. Donald Rumsfeld told you that. He said some things you'll never hear me say. A just and lasting peace. He said, because there's nothing just in this world. And he said, there will be no peace in this world. Now, Donald Rumsfeld used to be the Secretary of Defense for these United States. And he's telling you straight up, there's never going to be no peace. There's never going to be no just. There's nothing just in this world. See, because it's in their nature to not be just. It's in their nature to be a fighter, to be at war. That's who they are. But in their hearts of hearts, they want to be you. They want to be you, but they can't be you. They want your beautiful melanin, but they can't have it. They want your beautiful relationship with the true God, our Father, but they can't have it. They want your talent, but they can't have it. They want to be you, but they can't be you. And since they can't be you, their decision is, we're going to just kill them all. Just how Netanyahu say, we're going to cut the electricity. We're going to cut off bringing them food. We're going to cut this off. We're going to cut that off, and we're going to kill them. That's what he said on the TV. We're going to cut it. And see how they got our city set up? Where they can cut all the power to the black areas of the city, stop all food from going in to the city, to that part. See, we got to be prepared because what's going on there will find its place right here. That's why it's so important for us to secure land, to secure municipalities in Mississippi and in places where we have those numbers, so that we can offer a place of refuge and you have a rallying point. See, the plan was have a rallying point all the way up the goddamn East Coast. Why? Because our population numbers are so strong. So strong. We got to be thinking, always thinking. Don't you ever say, well, they wouldn't do that. Well, they wouldn't kill our babies. They wouldn't. Yes, they will. They poison the goddamn water and let you drink it. While they were drinking bottled water, you drinking water out the faucet, you cooking with it, you washing your babies with it, and it's death itself. They know what they're doing. Because you think they're like us. They're not like us. We are human. They have no humanity. They have no humanity. If they had humanity, we'd have never been enslaved in the first place. If they had humanity, there would never be something in Mississippi called the Devil's Punch Bowl. If they had humanity, you wouldn't be suffering what you're suffering if they had humanity. Let me explain. These institutions that they build, these institutions that don't teach you right, these institutions that don't pay you right, the institutions created it. Then next thing you know, from there, and you're dealing with your work, but people say, well, it's a system. Damn it. The system, just like the institution, come out of the minds of people. Out of the minds of people. If you can conceive it, you can do it. So the cracker conceived institutions to keep you in check, to always make sure that you never outdo them. They create policies and laws to keep you in check. And then they say, oh, it's just the institution. Oh, it's just the system. No, they came out of your mind. You are behind the institution. You are behind the system. You are behind the law. You are behind the policy. See, look here. Don't get it twisted. When you saw white folks with their picket sign during George Floyd protests, and they say, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, and they're walking the street with you, and you think, oh, white folks has changed. Look at them picketing with us. That's a trick. That's a trick. They picket with you so that you can see, oh yeah, we your friends. So they can smile in your face and stab you in the back. Because when they go to the voting booth and they make sure they pick people who don't want what you want, that's not your friend. That's your enemy that's trying to get over on you so you don't look at them as you should. They want you to believe that there's some type of nice people. I'm not like my father. I'm not like my grandfather. Damn, you are. You're just like the no good, dirty bastards of 6,000 years ago. None of them have changed. Their mindset is the same when it comes to you and me. It is the same. And we cannot let them off the hook because they carry a goddamn sign. It means nothing. It means nothing. We got to be able to understand that and look at that for what it is. Because they want to trick you into believing we're not the same as our fathers and our mothers and our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers. We believe in equality. We want you to have just what we have. No, they don't. No, they don't. They live luxurious off of the wealth that was built on our family's back. They live luxurious off the freedom that we fought for, that they got, and sent our asses back to slavery. This is the kind of demons that we're dealing with. And you cannot take your eye off of them and don't allow them to lull you to sleep with some damn foolishness that they're your friend. They're not your friend. They're not friendly. They're actors on the stage that's trying to keep their illegal gains. But it's time now to come up off that, because we ain't trying to be your friend. We don't give a damn about your friendship. We don't want your friendship. And they know it, and they understand it. And so they want to use fear to pump you so that you don't be as strong as you need to be. They want to use fear. See, like the Israelis, what they're saying, we're gonna just kill them all. See, the Palestinians got to understand, you're in a fight for your life. Stop trying to run to a different place. They done locked you in. You better understand, you better go kill them. You better understand that's the time of day it is. They done locked you in. They done blew up your escape routes to get out of Gaza. They blew it up because they want to kill all of you. So you got to understand, you're in the fight for your life. And you better tell your children, we got to go kill some today. Because that's what time it is. And black us, you better understand that that day is coming to us where you're going to have to kill them. because they coming to kill us. And there ain't no such thing as reaching out to the international court, because that's their cousin. And their cousin ain't going to rule against their brothers. They're not going to do it. You see, they ain't doing it in Israel. They giving Israel the green light. Go do what you do. Hell, we'll send our ships to help you. We'll send our ships to help you. What the hell do Israel need help for? But Biden sent his warships. See, you better understand, they all share the same mentality. They are lockstep. You remember the cracker over there in Europe, in Britain, killed the black man, stabbed him. For what? He didn't do nothing wrong, but he's dead. Why? Because she didn't want to look at him no more. You understand? When they're so full of hatred for us that they don't want to look at you anymore. And that you deserve death because they got to look at you. See, that's why the Bible says the man of sin. That's what they are. They are sinful from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. They don't have no mercy. Look at you. You bought into their way of life. You sing their songs. You sing their pledge, their Star-Spangled Banner. You bought into their ways, their custom, their holidays. You say, I'm a good American. And look at how they treat you. They don't give you justice. They give you death. That's what they give you. They give you death. And the question has to be, are you going to sit there and continue to accept it? Or are you strong enough to say enough is enough? I'm not accepting it. See, they give you the exchange. They let you think you got life. But it's the illusion of life in exchange for death. That's what they're giving you. Death. And you got to understand that that's not for you. That's not your way. That's not your story. See, they want to make it seem, oh, these niggas ain't never accomplished nothing. We found them in the jungle with bones up their nose. That's where we found them. We civilized them. To hell, we civilized you. You ain't civilized us. The hell wrong with you? See, so you gotta, that's why black first is so damn important. We gotta lead the charge because we won't sell out. We won't punk out. It is our way or no way. That's how simple it is. It's our way or no way. And there's no negotiating. Ain't no negotiating. There was one time, and I forget what year it was, what Savior's Day it was, but the 9/11 truthers came to Savior's Day, and they met with Minister Farrakhan and his white group. And they explained their theories on 9/11. And the minister said, I agree 100% with you. I believe exactly that this was an inside job. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. So they said, well, can you help us spread the word? So me and a few other people on this team to teach them how to go out here and spread the message. Teach them how to go door to door and say, this is what it is, blah, 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 blah. I did a video message one day, and it was in defense of Sister Williams. I don't remember her first name, but she was down there in Florida. And they see, the enemy, they had a conference call about the brother in Florida, Martin, that was killed. And she was on that conference call, and it was only supposed to be Black Panthers. And she was on that conference call, and she was just talking it up. Blah, 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 blah. And an enemy, an agent, was on the damn conference call, recording it. Then took it to the media and played it. Michelle Williams, that's her name. Thank you, Father. Michelle Williams. And they played it, and it went all around the world. And she was going in. And then next thing you know, they came to her house. And they said, oh, I wish I had the damn thing queued up because I would play it for you. They was like, oh, Michelle, we're shocked at you and your language. How could you say these things? And she was crying on TV, being interviewed by the cracker. And there was no new Black Panther standing around with her. They left our sister out there. And she was on TV just crying. And man, I was pissed off. I was boiling. Because you let the enemy infiltrate, and then you leave our sister out there by her damn self. There was no Malik Zulu Sabaz coming to her rescue. Ain't nobody come to her rescue. So here I go. Out of my love for her, I made a video and I sent it out like I always do. Well, the cracker came and found it. And they tried that on me. Oh, Brother Muhammad, the way you spoke, I couldn't believe that was you. What do you mean? I'm afraid now that if I go outside my house and a Black person see me, they may kill me because of what you said and the passion in which you said it. I said, look at here. This is what I said. I said it to her again. I said, do you understand what I said? Does it make sense? Is it logical? She says, yes, it does. It makes sense. It's logical. I understand it. But my concern is the way you passionately taught it. If they see me, since you're the minister of information for Black unity, that's what I was at the time, Minister of Information for Black Unity. If they see this, I'm afraid they may kill me. My question to her was, do you deserve it? Did your people do something that deserves your death? She said, I don't want to have this conversation. So she hung up with me. She called the nation. Then about a day later, a brother called me. I think Brother Sylvester is his name. And he called me and said, brother, you know, the cracker done called us about the video. I said, yes, sir, I'm quite sure. I knew she would. And he said, well, brother, let me hear your piece on it. I said, brother, did you watch the video? He said, no, I didn't watch it. I said, well, why don't you watch it? Because everything I said was 100% truthful. It was 100% on point. And I meant every word that I said. Our sister Michelle Williams should never have been done that way. I didn't appreciate the new Black Panthers abandoning her that way. And I didn't appreciate the cracker coming to her like he's so fucking innocent. Like his hands is clean. We Black people in America. How the hell do you expect us to feel? How the hell do you expect us to express ourselves quietly, gently? He said, brother, take down the video. Let's just make this peaceable. Take down the video. I said, no, sir. I can't take down the video. I will not take down the video. He said, okay, brother. Well, you know what that means, don't you? I said, no, sir. What does that mean? That you're off the project. I said, well, look here. If me standing up for what's right for my sister, for standing up what's right for my people, means that I'm off the project, to hell with the project. Because I was taught by Farrakhan that we don't punk. We don't go different way because the cracker don't like it. It is what it is. And I'm going to stand on it. So he put me off the project. So be it. But the truth marches on. And I've been standing on my square. And I don't hide it. See, look here. I don't hide who I am. My message is my message. And I don't want you to take that this is a slack against the nation, because it's not. This is the actual fact of what happened. I think my brother should have said to the cracker, his speech is his speech. I'm sorry you don't like it, but his speech is his speech. Now you can continue or you can leave, because he ain't leaving. I wish my brother would have said that, but he didn't. He didn't. But so what? He made his decision. He's the person over the program. He made his decision. Go on about your business. So I'm going about my business. But we don't punk. We don't punk. There's another time when I was helping a sister who had her child taken. Aaliyah, what's her name? She was a nurse. Her first name was Aaliyah. I don't remember what her last name is, but I was helping her. And I gave a talk, and Brother Isaac was with me. And we was at George Washington University in D.C. speaking to these group of people. And your brother got up there and talked. And it's mainly white folk in this audience. But I didn't change who I am. I ain't changed. I ain't stopped my language. I ain't stopped who I am. I brung it as it ought to be brought. I spanked their ass in front their face. And after I was done, I wish Brother Ozzy was around so he could bear me witness. These white folks, these crackers came running to me, asking me, could I be their representative? Could I be their spokesperson? And they would pay me. And I told them, no, I can't do it. Now, if I would have, I've been sitting real pretty right now. I'd had a lot of monetary gains. But you know what? I said no. Because God didn't give me my blessing, my ability to speak for the cause of white people. He gave it to me for the cause of black people, to help my people, to lift my people. That's what he gave it to me for. So I'm not going to use it in the service of the enemy. Because you get comfortable. You begin to take their money, then you be thinking, well, I don't want to say this. And you can't be that bold person that you got to be because you're accepting their money. So I said no to it. And I'll regain my independence. That's why I can lead B1. Because I ain't bought and paid for. My love for my people causes me to say what I say. And my belief in my God lets me to know it's going to be all right. That's why I don't hide my face. I say what I need to say. I say what I want to say. And then you deal with it. Like I was at a court, went to court, and the person showed one of my videos. And the judge, a cracker female, because I was saying that men, we are creatures of power. And that we as black men, We got to execute power. And it's the cracker that stops you from executing power. The white man don't want you to have power, and damn sure that white woman, she don't want you to have no power. And they showed that clip. And the cracker said, "Is this you, Mr. Muhammad?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, that is me." "And that's what you believe?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. That's what I believe. That's what I know. That is the actual fact." And then I went in on her ass right there while I'm in the damn seat where you testify. And I went in on her ass. And she hitting the gavel. Order in the court, order in the court. But I was on her ass. And she didn't like it. But to hell with them. And we got to understand the correctness of our message. I'm not looking for them to love me. They should hate me. Because in my person, I represent their doom. They should hate me. I don't have a problem with it. Because I know who they are. And I don't have a problem with it. They are the enemy. They are Satan. There's no love lost. And we got to understand that. Their desire for us to be dead is their greatest desire. Because think about it. They hate the words Black Lives Matter. The words is repugnant to them. Black Lives Matter. It's repugnant. They don't want to hear it. But they want you to say, white lives matter. They want you to be dancing, popping your fingers in agreement. And see, some of our people, we say, well, I'm not here to say white lives don't matter, but I'm here to say Black lives matter. See, we shouldn't always try to soften the blow. Why you do that? Why you want to soften the blow? Hit them motherfuckers like they want to hit you. No, I don't give a damn for a white life. I don't want you living on the planet. Why are you scared to say it? Because they'll tell you they don't give a damn about your black life. And they don't want you on the planet. And they want to exterminate you. Do you know in North Carolina, back in the 60s, not in the 30s, not in the 40s, not in the 20s, in the 60s, they were thinking about putting us in ovens. There was where they were talking about, we got to pass a law, put these niggas in ovens. And then one cracker say, man, we'll never be able to get that passed. We should have tried that a few years back. But we can't get enough agreement to put them in ovens. They wanted you in ovens. See, North Carolina, that's the same state that unwillingly, or the black people didn't know, but they were forced sterilized. That you wouldn't have no more babies. They forcefully sterilized you, and you didn't even know it. But you want to say that these demons are people. You want to say that they're human. You want to say that they got humanity. There is no humanity. When they force sterilize you and you don't even know it. One woman didn't even find out till the 90s that she was forced sterilized. The same thing that they do to you here, Israel has done to the Palestinians over there. And America says nothing because they share the same mind. They share the same mind. They'll teach you, they'll say to you that the most dangerous place on earth for a black person is inside the womb, inside the stomach of a black woman. Now that's what they'll tell you. They'll tell you, oh, black women getting abortions more than anybody on the planet. That's what they'll tell you. That's their propaganda. Prove it. Where's the proof? I ain't seen no proof. I hear you saying it. I don't see the proof. I don't see the proof. See, they'll throw out propaganda consistently to get you tricked in your mind that instead of understanding the reality that you're having more babies, that you're producing more families, they want you to think the opposite. And then they tell you, oh, you at 13%. Your population's at 13%. Well, damn it. We've been at 13% since the so-called 20s. And we're still at 13%. Yeah, because y'all got a high abortion rate. Y'all killing each other like this. Y'all doing this, y'all doing that. But when you go search out the numbers, the actual facts, they don't point out to be what they say it is. You got to understand you're dealing with a demon. You're dealing with a demon. And that's right, alligator bait. You ain't never gave no white child to alligators trying to hunt alligators. But they did us like that. And did they apologize? Did they make amends for what they've done? No, they didn't make amends. Because they don't give a damn about making amends. Because why? Because we got this weakness that says, I want to be your friend. We can work it out. We don't have to bring up the past. Don't you understand the present is built on the past? Don't you understand the future is built on what was done in the past? You can't forget the past. It's there with you. It goes with you. And damn it, our ancestors, they prayed for you. They prayed for us that we would right the ship and we'll give them bastards every damn thing they gave us. That's called justice. That's called justice. And you got to understand it for what it is. Because as I said, their agenda is to destroy us. Just like the fake Jew over there in Israel is trying to wipe out the Palestinians. They're going to try to wipe us out the same way. That's why we have to be prepared. We have to be ready. And when the time comes, we got to be willing. We got to be willing. And you get it together in your mentality right now. That's why I keep saying it over and over. Because I want you to understand. I want it to sink in. I want it to become part of your DNA. Because our family lives are on the line. Look here, these bastards, they don't send you good food in your neighborhoods. They send you the worst of the worst. And you wonder how you get cancer. You wonder how you get this. You wonder how you get this and that and this kind of disease. Because they're plotting on you, on your existence. And they want to remove us from the face of the earth. Now, you remember Hugo Chavez, right? Hugo Chavez was our brother in Venezuela. And he was the president of Venezuela. Now, he would come to America because Conoco, the parent company, Conoco, was a Venezuelan-owned, government-owned company. Now, he would go up to New York and to the poor black communities that had gas for heat, and he would give them free gas to heat their homes. Remember when he came to the UN and he spoke after George Bush and he said, I smell sulfur here. I smell sulfur here. The devil was here. The devil was here. He was talking about George Bush. He called him the devil. Hugo Chavez, he embraced his African roots. He would say, I'm African. I'm African. I'm just like my brother. I'm African. He embraced his African roots, and he never shamed to call Bush that devil. He didn't punk out about it. Then America did the coup, orchestrated a coup to take him out of power, and it worked for a few hours until the people, the common man in Venezuela, the common man and woman understood that El Presidente was taken. They rose up and they were like, oh, we about to kill all y'all. Bring my president back. Bring El Presidente back. And what happened? They brought him back, put him back in power. Oh, yeah. See, Hugo Chavez taught us, stay connected with your people. You stay connected with your people. When the enemy tries to remove you, your people will rise up and make sure that you put right back safely. And that's what they did. Now, they didn't stop. They wound up killing Hugo. Somehow they got the cancer into him, a real aggressive form of cancer, and got rid of him. He died just like that. That was America who did it. It was America who killed Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, injected him with cancer. He was on that list that could have been the Black Messiah to raise us up. His name was on the list. And even though he wasn't living in America no more, they got him and injected him with cancer. And they killed him. We better understand this. This is the real deal. Anybody that's speaking 100 that will motivate you to get up and do something, they're going to kill him. They're going to make sure that he's not operational. Why do you think, how many times have they keep cutting this channel? At one time, we were up to 4,000 strong. And it wasn't like I would do a video and only 300 people tune in. When we were at 4,000 strong, I would do a video and we had 4,000 views, over 4,000 views. Now we get to 500 and they shut the channel down. Every time we make it to 500, people don't get the notifications or nothing. See, they don't want you to listen because we will motivate you to change. They understand it already. They know the time. But we got to wake up our people. Like I said on Sister Cassie program, we got to take these messages and we got to push. We got to push. We got to feed these messages out so that our people, the common man and woman in the street, get it, start listening, and be like, that's right, I'm with you, brother. See, look here. It may be some of our people, when they get to listen, they got to go upstairs, got to make sure they lock the front door, lock the back door, close all the curtains, go upstairs, lock their bedroom door, make sure the curtains and the windows are down, go up under their bed, put the headphones on, and then listen to the message. Because it's just that strong. They don't want nobody, what is that you listening to? Until they get that strength enough to go ahead and listen and don't give a damn who's listening. We got to understand that we should not break, punk, back down You playing this message, you out in your car and you got it turned up and you see a cracker walking by, turn it up louder. Turn it up louder. Let them know, yeah, I see you. I know who you are. And you will not trick me. Look here. Uganda. Them Zionists, before they got the land over there in Palestine and called it Israel, they were wanting to be in Uganda. That was their first choice. That was their first choice, to go to Uganda. Let's just take the shit over there. It's nice, it's tropical, it's 80 degrees all year round. And those niggas over there, we can control the niggas. We'll kick them out of their section. That's where they wanted to go first, to Uganda. And then the British and them was like, that's going to be kind of too much of a problem. You go over there to Uganda. Let's find another spot. And they settled on Palestine. They settled on Palestine. It'll be less drama to go ahead and take it. And see those lazy Arabs, lazy ass Arabs who claim to be Muslims over there. And those Palestinians are Muslims and y'all let this shit happen to them. And you do nothing. You do nothing. Y'all had a 6-day war and you got your ass whooped in 6 days. And you do nothing now. Now you got Hamas and you got Hezbollah. You know, they doing what they can do. But where's the rest of the Muslim world over there? Why are you not helping out your Muslim brother, your Muslim sister? You see the death and you silent, you ain't worth a damn. You ain't worth a damn. And let me say, us here in America, when our part start, don't look for Africa, Brazil, the Caribbean to come rushing to our aid. Don't look for it, because it ain't going to happen. We got to stand on our own too, and we got to fight this fight. But trust and believe that the God we serve, the God that we came from, has our back. We already won. We already won. We just got to walk it through. We just got to walk it through. This your day. This your day. Now, I want to go and I want to talk about their classification. And I'm sorry, y'all, everybody's making the comments, and because I'm teaching, I can't stop and put up every comment. And my helper is having problems on her computer that she can't get it up. But we're going to work it out, because I'm coming back with my single teachings again. We're going to work it out, and my helper, we're going to get this all squared away so she can do what she do, and the comments will pop up, because this is our house. This is our house, and your comments matter. It matters. And I want it to be shown. I want it to be seen, because you're teaching as well. And your teaching supports my teaching, and it backs it up. But I want to show you now, because these damn enemies want to scare you into thinking that you're wrong for being who you are. And they want to call you all type of names. So we're going to look at the FBI strategy guide. We're going to look at this strategy guide. They call you a black extremist, a black racial extremist. Oh, let me get this thing right. See, they put this consolidated terrorism strategy got out. And they first called you, I think it was back in 96. No, in 2000 something. Black identity extremists. That's what it was called, black identity extremists. Now they changed it to black racially motivated extremists. Black racially motivated extremists, and they put you over Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda supposed to be the big bad terrorist group, but they say you are more of a threat than Al-Qaeda. You are worse than Al-Qaeda. Look here. They know that day is coming. And so in their writings, they talk about it, and we're going to go over it. See, if you can see here, homegrown violent extremists, Islamic State, Iraq, Al-Sham, and affiliated groups, U.S. racially motivated extremists. That's you. That's me. That's us. Then under us, so you're the top third threat. You're the top third threat to American security. Under you, us, is Hezbollah, then Al-Qaeda, then Al-Shabaab, and all these others. Then you got the anti-government, anti-authority extremists, the Western homegrown violent extremists. That's the white man. Then you got some other networks and some other arcade. So they got you more as a threat than the white supremacists that's out here kicking up ruckus. They got you more of a threat, and you ain't did a damn thing. You ain't did a damn thing, but you greater of a threat. Let's go. Now, remember, and then at the bottom, they got abortion extremists, animal rights, and environmental extremists. But they say that Al-Qaeda from the peninsula, from the so-called Middle East, blew up the Twin Towers. You ain't blew up nothing, but you're greater as a threat than they. But according to them, they blew up the Twin Towers. Liars. But this is what they're putting out on us, because they fear you and they want to kill you without anybody giving a rhyme or reason, without anybody saying anything. You are the most peaceful people in America. You are. Something happened to your family members, they get killed by the police or killed by the Asian, and you come with your picket sign and picket. You law about it. They rip you off, here you come picketing. You try to express, use your right of grievance, but they call you an extremist. And you ain't blowed up nothing. What Bernie Mac say? Bernie Mac say, you ain't got no dynamite in hell. So where you gonna get it from? Because soon as you go to buy the dynamite, you going to jail like a motherfucker. Ain't that what Bernie Mac say? You going to jail. Because they ain't going to let you buy no damn dynamite. They ain't going to let you buy no explosive. But Timothy McVeigh, they can come buy up all the explosive in the world. But they rank you as a threat more than Tim McVeigh and his group. You ain't blowed up nothing. You've been the victims of bombs. You remember the 4 little girls down in what they were calling Birmingham. They called it Birmingham. Why? Because them crackers was blowing up our places of worship, blowing up our houses. That they changed it from Birmingham to Birmingham. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Let's look at this thing. So it says, Black identity extremists, BIEs, use force or violence in violation of criminal law in response to perceived racism and injustice in American society. So first, let's just stop. Because they're saying that we use force or violence in violation of criminal law in response. Now they say perceived, but ain't no goddamn perceived nothing. It is in the reality of racism and injustice that we've suffered in America. Now, what do they want you to do? Because they don't want you to rise up. They don't want you to stand up. When you're violated, they want you call the police, make a report, and the police will look into it. And if they find that your claim is justified, they may arrest the person and then take them to court. Well, let me ask you this. How is that working for you? George Zimmerman, he was arrested. He went to court and he got off. How did that work out for you? What about the killers of Tamir Rice? How did that work out for you? Aiyana Jones, the cop who killed her, she was 7 years old. How did that work out for you? See, does our God teach us to go to our enemy and say, I've been wronged, please investigate it, and if you find that I'm correct, do something about it? No, our God never told us that. But they want to trick you into following a system that says to you, nigga, I will subjugate you. I will do wrong to you. And goddamn it, I'll give you the right to peacefully protest. You may get you may come to me and ask my permission. Can I give you a permit to say you can protest from this time to this time, doing this activity to this activity, and that's it. See? That shows how thoroughly they controlled you. That you really think you're getting justice by getting their permission to go picket them. But how has that worked for you? How has that worked? I don't know of any picket, any boycott that got you justice. I don't know of any that actually worked. Don't you tell me the Montgomery bus boycott that worked, because it didn't. You didn't get the right to ride in the front of the bus because your ass boycotted white folk in their busing system. That ain't how you got it. The court said, okay, it's not equal. Go ahead and let the niggas ride up front. So there's no boycotting that's going to get it. Well, you say, well, when they kill us and we take them to court, but when you got a judge, just like the cracker that killed the police that killed the brother in Philly, The judge sat back and said, I don't see no crime. He was justified in killing him. Case dismissed. You're free to go. There is no justice. There is no justice. They know it. That's why they wrote perceived racism and injustice, saying that you think that you've been done wrong. You think it's only your perception. It's not the reality. But you know that it is the reality. Then look here. It was a black woman the other day, I think it was in either Michigan or Florida. They found her hanging from a tree. They found her hanging from a tree. And guess what they said? She committed suicide. Her car was ransacked, but she committed suicide. The family say she didn't commit no suicide. The cracker say the nigga did commit suicide. What black person you know commits suicide by hanging themselves from a tree? We don't commit no damn suicide by hanging ourselves from a tree. That's a message that the cracker's saying, nigga, I still got you. I still got you. So I'm going to hang your ass from a tree. So that one act would spread fear in black people. That's the person hanging from a tree. Now you, me, we ain't lived in them days, but we know about them. And to see a black person hanging from a tree, they sending a message. I know I said the other day, if Thomas Jefferson was alive, we ought to hang his ass from a tree. As thou hast done, so shall it be done. We got to understand, learn how to make a noose, because we got to hang some people from some trees. Do unto them as they have done unto you. Exactly, Sister Cassie. Trust and believe. Do you remember during the Iraq War where the American bodies were burned and dragged on the bridge and hung up from the bridge, and they were burnt bodies? And I looked at that, I said, that looked like us. What them crackers did to us, burn our bodies and still hang us so the world could see. White folks was aghast. Could you see what they did to our people? So as thou hast done, so shall it be done. We are not afraid of you. And see, we got to watch. We got to watch our brothers and sisters that want to be lovey-dovey with the enemy, because they'll be quickly to sell us out. And we got to understand that we got to deal with them. We ain't playing. That's right. They took the cracker to Burger King after killing our people. I guess they said, you must be tired. You did a good job. Let's give you a good meal. And what did the judge say? He said, well, we can feel bad for those that were slain, but we also have to feel bad for Dylan Roof and his family because they suffered too. I said, what the fuck? You got to be sad for him and his family? See, that mind, always they trying to reinforce, nigga, feel bad for us. Make sure you're there to serve us. You got to remember that. That's right, Brother Deacon. The Buffalo grocery store shooter, he wasn't killed. He wasn't shot. He walked out. Hell, the one that shot up the Dollar General walked out after they get finished shooting us. Who gonna hold them accountable? Who gonna hold them accountable? That's our job. That's our job. We got some work to do. Let me get on back to this. So it says, so do in the furtherance of establishing a separate Black homeland or an autonomous Black social institution, communities, or governing organizations within the U.S. Desire for a physical or psychological separation is typically based on a religious or political belief system, which is sometimes formed around or includes a belief in racial superiority or supremacy. Retaliation and retribution for perceived wrongdoings against African Americans has become an organizing drive for BIEs. See, they know it's about separation, whether physical or psychological. They know it's time for you to separate, but they don't want you to separate. So when you say, I want separation, then they say, oh, you one of them BIE niggas. You don't want to live with us. You want your own autonomous state or your own little separate thing away from us. You a BIE nigga. And it says, and it talks about, again, they know. Notice they use the word retaliation and retribution. See, you can only retaliate once somebody has done something to you. Then you retaliate. Then you can give them retribution. So in their wording, it's already admitting that you are the victim. You are the victim. Something was done to you, just like the Palestinians. They are victims. Something was done to them, and they lash out in retribution. You are the victim. Further on, some BIEs desire separation from perceived oppressive forces, law enforcement, United States government personnel, and other oppressive forces who are viewed as participants in this perceived unjust institutionalized system. This type of targeting has become more obtainable goal for BIEs. Some still advocate for a separate homeland, while some advocate for starting a race war. Now, you know, I know, we know. We haven't advocated for starting a race war. That's what the cracker does. But they know we are victims. from what they have done to us. And they know that there's a time come that says, look, I don't have no more cheeks to turn. You done bust me on my right. You done bust me on my left. You done kick me in my left ass cheek, kick me in my right ass cheek. I ain't got no more damn cheeks. Now I'm going to bust your ass. They understand that. So they put it out in retribution, in retaliation for what was done. Well, why don't you just give justice? And then there's no retaliation that needs to happen. You don't want to do that because it's not in your nature. It's not in your nature. You want to continue to control and dominate and oppress. That's why Allah says slaughter is better than oppression. Means you fight them to the death. You don't let them oppress you. You fight them to the death. And I will back you. We got work to do. It says, the CTD, it says, what is the intended impact? CTD will continue to focus on identifying national trends and federal crimes committed by BIEs to lower the intended threat impact by BIEs. The FBI expects the field office work could mitigate and lower the national level threat assessment, extremist threat, maintenance of state and local partnerships combined with source development could result in the detection and prevention of BIE criminal activity. It is challenging to get sources into BIE groups due to security measures of these groups employ. The vetting process and time investment to gain access to leadership in BIE groups is very lengthy. The use of undercover employees and online covert employees in BIE investigations would provide valuable intelligence to assist in mitigating the threat. So understand, they're going to continue sending people among to get next to the leadership. You know, one of the things I said when we were in Mississippi, I said, when we take this city, keep all the national press away from it. Keep all of them. If they're not a black-owned press, that's bona fide black first, keep them away from it. I ain't got nothing to say. Why? Why? Because they'll use it and send the message all the way out to people that don't even understand what the fuck is going on, that they don't even know what's going on. So that roadblocks can be set up because we got a course that we're going. We got an objective. Just like they have an objective, we got objective and strategic plans to do things for the empowerment of our people. Because check it out. This being oppressed bullshit is up. It's up. We taking power and we gonna rule our way. Our way. So we got to make sure that we do what we need to do. That's why I gave strict orders. Keep them away. Keep them away. We got to make sure that we are tight. We got to make sure that we are right and our people understand. Look, I'm not speaking for the cracker to understand a goddamn thing. Check this out. Before the civil rights movement became the civil rights movement, it was called the freedom movement. The freedom movement. But they changed the name to civil rights because they said white folks don't understand what we mean when we say freedom. So let's change it to something that they will understand. So they changed it to civil rights movement. Do you really mean to tell me that these crackers don't know what freedom means? See, you let them get into your head. We don't know what you're talking about. Bullshit. You brung your ass from Britain over here. You know what freedom means. I'm not going to dumb it down for you to understand what I mean. So we don't change so the enemy can understand what we mean. To hell with them. They don't need to understand. Only people need to understand is black us. We need to understand what the message is. We need to understand what time it is. So understanding their threat assessment, that the BIE, or black, what they call us, black racially motivated extremists. See, you're an extremist because you don't want to suffer injustice. You're an extremist because you don't want the police whooping your ass. You're an extremist because you don't want the cracker miseducating your children. You're an extremist because you want to live the way that God said we should live. You're an extremist if you don't want to bow down to the cracker. Remember, they said, because the slaves run off the plantation, they must have a mental problem. Think about that. Because you don't want to suffer injustice and you run away, you got a mental problem. This is what they said. This is what they said. And you got to remember, it ain't you with the mental problem. It's them with the mental problem. What you see that they got, and here the thing right here, this is their write-up from or to Chamberlain, who was the prime minister over there in Britain, where they were trying to get Uganda to be their homeland. It wasn't about no Palestine. It ain't about we Jews and we come from Israel. Ain't about that. Them lying bastards never is about that because they know that's not who they are. That's who you are. That's who you are. You are the people of God, not them. They are not godly. They are satanic. That's why your Bible says they are not Jews. They are of the synagogue of Satan. That's what your Bible says. Why are you afraid to read it, let alone say it? You are the people of God, not them. Not them. And here it shows you they wanted Uganda to be their homeland, not Palestine. Uganda was their first choice. And you got to understand that, and you got to know it. I'm up against time. Y'all remember this? Remember the smiling cop who beat the black vet? Our brother who served this country? And this cracker cop beat up our brother? And for what? For what? Because you can. Because you can. That badge and that gun don't make him your authority. He don't have no authority over you except the authority you give him. Don't give them authority over you. Don't do it. They put their hands on you, then you know, hey, it's time for me to whoop this cracker's ass. And you fight them. And you fight them. Because they are evil and they are lawless. There's no law that they want to enforce except the code of their DNA, which says, this is my enemy and I'm going to scrunch them out. This is my enemy and I'm going to destroy them. That's the law that they abide by. You think about it. You serve this country. You go out and you fight in foreign battlefields for this country. Black men died in Germany. Black men died in Italy. Black men died so they could have freedom. But what you got now? You got oppression. But you've been on every foreign battlefield to fight for somebody else's freedom. But do your children have freedom? Do your wife have freedom? Do you have freedom? But you fought for this cracker. You bled for this cracker. You died for this cracker. And what he give you in return? A foot up your ass. A foot up your ass. But you go and kill for him. You go out and run out and kill for them. You slave for them. But what about yourself? What about your people? What about our people? We got to understand. Time out for the okie doke. Time out for the foolishness. We got to be about our business. You think this cracker really loves you? You think this cracker really wants the best for you? He don't see you as human. He don't see you as his friend. He don't see you as his buddy. And you better understand that. You got to be able to say and be ready to say, that don't work for me. You got to be real enough to go out and stand on your own. Meaning you got to stand on your square. You got to stand up. Because that's what it's about. It ain't no such thing of punking out now. Ain't no such thing. We ain't got time for it. We ain't got the place for it. You better understand they don't have no love for you. They have nothing but hatred, and they wish death upon you. Nothing but death upon you. And you better understand it. I'm going to show you this video that was shared with me because I want you to understand how they don't see you as being human. That you don't have value. We're going to look at this because I want you to understand it. Now, in this video, you have a white man that's portraying to be blind, and you see what happens. And you have a black man portraying to be blind, and see what happens. Let's look at it.
You gave me a shoulder when I.
And you see how the white man walk up. Look at when the black man walk up. Get your hand off of me. Look at him wiping his hand off. Damn blind nigga touch me. Look at that. See? See, they do that for their own. But you ain't no help for you. And look at us. We'll even yeah. See, because you got humanity. But you touching them is an offense. Look at the responses. Look at him. She pull him away. And look, she like, what? And she gives in. And it's okay. Look, they laugh and keep it moving. They don't have no humanity for you. They don't have no love for you. It's not there. And you got to understand that your loving them is not going to make it there. How many interracial relationships, black women with white men, and they get their ass whooped, called nigga and all this kind of craziness because you thought you was going to love them. Y'all remember Albert Hainsworth, right? Big old defensive tackle. Used to play football. He had a little white wife. She beat his ass and put him in the hospital. You big and brawly on the field, but you let that cracker put your ass in the hospital. You can never love them enough to make them love you. They don't have it for you. And you better wake up to that reality, because it is truly sickening to you to believe that you're going to make your enemy love you. They are your enemies. And they have nothing but death in their hearts for us. That is the reality. You can't shame it away. You can't pray it away. That's the reality. So you got work to do. You got some decisions to be made. And you got to understand that. Now, I know your brother was kind of harsh. But it ain't nothing but the absolute truth. It's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. They are who they are. And we are who we are. And the dividing lines have been shown. Yep, I saw that. With the little black girls with the medal, I saw that. They don't have no love for our children. And we got to understand that. And we got to be the ones that make it happen. Exactly, Brother Robert. Going to the Bible. You think that you're going to have it good running over there to the Bible. They don't like you either. Look, I think the sister got jail time for raising her voice. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got to understand the time and what must be done. This ain't a joke. This ain't a game. This is real time. This is real time. And we better wake up. And we better wake up quickly. because the enemy is moving against us. What you see happening over there, they have that in mind for us right here. That's why they put you in these cities like that. They put us there because they want our death. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to get what you're looking for. You're going to get what you're looking for because we ain't that people. We ain't in that time. We're a different time now. We're different people now. We're going to give you all the hell that hell can take, plus some. Because we have the backing of the most powerful God. That's our God who created us. We are his people, not you. Not you. Well, I thank you, family, for joining me. I thank you for coming out, supporting us. And we ask you that you continue support. Share the video, hit the likes, and we will be back. We missed out on Friday and Saturday. We will be back this Friday, this Saturday. So get ready for it. We're coming back strong and hard. The message has to come. You know, we ain't got time to be playing. We ain't got time to be playing. It's the real deal. This is the real deal. And so we got to be ready. Because they're not playing with us. And I ain't playing with them. So as we always say, you kill the nigga in you, I'm going to kill the nigga in me, and our God will reign supreme. We are Black first. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Love you, family. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom.
So you better get the message and get it straight. You're going to need some bridge work. It's simple as that. Because we're living in judgment. We're living in implementation.